long as he know you'll be there. So let him say this again to make it clear, though life isn't fair, he will be there just cause he wants you to be there, so he can wish you a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love. Have a good night, good life.
Alrighty then. Alright, let me get the audio check from you real quick.
The
That's-
shittiest week I've had.
Okay, there we go. Well, what's it? It's not supposed to be on this one. I got vocal, you got vocal, but it's not supposed to be on that vocal. Ah, Jesus Christ. Can I just get 1 week where everything just works, please? Jesus. Please. Please. Like I'm begging or something here. Like I'm just like this on my knees, just going, Daddy, give me that cream. Just give it to
Dude,
me.
if your week's been like my week, there ain't been no cream, no lube, no nothing. Hell, you've even been made to dance on a damn bar and you don't even know why, and you didn't get paid for it. Well, you joking? You think I'm playing? I've actually been on a fucking bar this week.
Law. Okay. Well, we kind of talk about that when we get to the part where my wife had a question, then I didn't have the full answers, so she could watch this podcast and get the answer to the questions. Because I had a vague idea, but not like a true idea. So let's just go into that one because it's like that one is like on the mind right now. So this past week, my wife just like out of nowhere just popped it up and just like, hey, Coro this. And I'm like, oh, let's go through it. So she was wondering, since you know how to code, right? And I try to explain to her what coding is. Coding is like a language. It is like learning Japanese, Chinese. It's a language.
It is a language. There's multiple different languages when it comes to coding, depending on what you're coding in.
Yes. And I'm like, well, he knows different coding, but he specializes in like 1 or 2 coding. What is your coding that you are specialized in? Like,
okay, so I'm good with JavaScript code, with Java code, I'm good with HTML, and I'm decent with C++ and Python.
Okay. I think she was talking about like Python's like the newest one that's out there. And I'm like, well, there's this like
it's not the newest one out there, but it's the one that's got the latest release right now.
Okay.
As far as updates.
All right. So she was wondering, because like for her job, and the beginning the process of thinking, I imagine she was probably going over. For her job, she has to be up to date to the new, like the latest medicine, update to news processing to get like patients in and out of door faster, or be able to maybe slow down the process and make sure to go over more details for each patient. She has to constantly like learn new things in order to her to do her job better and quicker or more efficient, right? And
right,
she was wondering, for you, are you having to while you're doing your job constantly be updating yourself on what you know and what coding?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Has your job, or have you ever like found processes in your work where you go, hey, I just learned this new thing. Let me go tell my boss about it, and let me go start adding that new thing to my processing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I didn't know the answer, because I was like, I think he specializes like 1 or 2, maybe
so
1.
Here, let me give you an example. So
Botrix has
one of the
successfully
things, my
joined
new
the
manager,
channel.
the guy that I told you, I really like him.
Yeah.
Hands down, best manager I've had. One of the things that he has, after having some conversations with me and me and him discussing it, that he has allowed me to do is, this is not coding related, but it's process related. Okay, so this is going to be an example of a process.
Okay.
One of the things we always struggled with was inventory management and how we wanted to track that. Okay. Over the years, there have been many different of highly convoluted and complicated bullshit ways that they've tried to do it. It doesn't have to be that complicated. It doesn't have to be that convoluted. I've known this for years. But getting previous managers to listen to me and understand what I'm trying to tell them was a chore. However, this guy was willing to hear what I had to say, and he allowed me to, hey, if you think you've got time in some of your schedule to actually show me something that demos what you're talking about, and I think it's, you know, good, fuck it, we'll implement it.
All
Well,
right.
I've implemented two automated forms, I guess would be the best way to say it, that automatically record those fields into an Excel. That Excel every so often will get an update and push it to a database, and it'll be stored for future references. But you can always check the Excel to see where when this machine was sent out, what site lead it was sent to, what the machine's serial is, what the date was that we got it, and all of that shit. So that if anybody ever comes back and says, "Hey, we ordered 15 machines. Where did these 15 machines go?" You can go right here. This is where they went. This is them. Everybody that got one, where they went, when we got it, when I shipped it, the whole 9 yards is there. Dude, he loved it. He loved that so much that he allowed me to make a second form that tracks all your accessories like mouse keyboard combos, uh monitors, docks, and all, headsets, all those things that you provide users working in the office. That has made life so much easier because instead of when we request, hey, I'm low on stock on this, I need to order this, instead of 2 days of explaining why we need it, I can literally send them a screenshot saying, this is where we used it all. And instead of, hey, where did it go? I get, hey, get the order done.
Okay.
And it's usually within an hour. So I took a process that was taking us like 2 or 3 days, and now I can get approval within an hour.
All right. Okay.
So, and then when you're talking about coding, we've had some things where there was some updates that went out to in-house built programs. Okay, so we have some in-house built programs to work specifically with our products. Problem is because it was built in-house, there was never really any real automation set up so that as they generated a new version, it would push that new version out automatically. I spent some time with our server leads and stuff, and we were able to put together a Python script that sits out there and runs once a month. And if it sees, let's say, you're running a version of for you Discord, right?
Yeah.
But a new
Okay.
version of Discord come out, but you haven't been prompted to install it, but you need it because it's part of your workflow, right? This script will see that you don't have the latest version. It will drop a message on your screen saying, hey, FYI, there's a new version out. When you log out of your machine this afternoon, this version will be applied automatically in the background. And then it does it.
See, that's
So
something that's really nice.
instead of me having to physically walk to these machines as they come out and type in my credentials and all that stuff, the script is written to run in the background after work with the elevated permissions to install it.
Yeah. Like I would like it so like my computer does this like with just say this like there's certain programs that I don't want to be reminded or be told there's an update. The moment I open the program going, hey, I'm about to use you. No. Download that program what I'm about to shut off. Which by the way,
Right.
I'm kind of annoyed right now with my computer because I used to be able to put it on sleep mode, like you've always told me to. Sleep mode is a better mode to put your computer on when you go down to save on power and save your hard drives from messing up if you have any spinning hard drives or otherwise. It won't go sleep mode. It'll go for sleep mode for like 15, 20 seconds and it'll turn back on. I don't know what the deal is. Nothing's being touched. Nothing's
Okay.
being moved.
So
Don't know why that's happening.
okay, so we can look at your power settings on a different time,
Yeah.
and I can sort that out for you. That's not an issue. I've had that happen at work recently, and I kind of got an idea of what's probably causing that. So
Mm,
That's not a big deal, but yeah,
Okay. So
we're
you
always we're always on a learning curve. Like I get assigned every year, I get assigned inside of a learning center that we have a membership as a company with. My manager will go in and say, "Hey, this, and this. I need you to do the training on this year." Okay, and it's already paid for by the company. So I find time in my schedule throughout the day, whether it's me putting on my calendar, hey, the last hour of the day I'm doing training until it's done, and then I get it done.
okay? Because like I know you were specialized in one thing, and I know you've always told me, and I'm pretty sure this is probably like almost a situation for almost every job. If you have one person know how to do a job, and then you have a new person who come behind them and they have to take their job, well, they got a lot to learn. But usually, bit more, it's even more of a pain in the butt because you do a lot of things in one
Right. Well,
coding,
yeah.
and
So I'm a little special even amongst the group that I work for. So I work with what they call site leads as a group. But even amongst them, my role is different from everybody else's. Okay,
mhm,
I do all the same things they do, but I also am the one that manages the inventory. I'm the one that ships out all the inventory to them to accomplish the things they need to do for new hires or exceptions. Um, I'm the one that's sitting right there on the other side of the wall from the guy that runs the department. So anything that he wants to test that becomes a new thing, let's test this and see if it can help us. I'm the guy that's doing the testing. Um, if my manager says, "Hey, I'm working on building a calendar that will be displayed on a miniature display outside of certain rooms," he will test it with my calendar and put it outside of my room first for me to be the test subject, so because I do all of that. That's what I do. I'm also the guy that goes and touches all the C-suite stuff, whereas none of them do that.
mhm,
Um, I do a lot, that's a little different from the rest of the guys. Now, they all have their differences too, but, yeah, I will tell you, even amongst us, we all are better at some things than other.
yeah,
So, example, I would say one of the better of us when it comes to, say, virtual machines or building images for virtual machines would be the site lead we have in Dallas. He could do that shit through osmosis, I think. He probably farts images and sneezes fucking, and he's good at what he does. He's good at it. So he gets a lot of that stuff. I get a lot of um, manufacturing specific technical problems because my mind works. I know a lot about manufacturing because the way I grew up and the things that I did growing up. So I know how to see that and translate that into this.
yeah,
Um, there's other guys that are what we like to call they are really good with handling people. Do you understand what I mean by that?
mhm.
Like if you got a particularly nasty user, no matter what site it is, you can send them to this guy, and by the time he's done talking to them, hell, they're buying him drinks at the bar for free. I don't know what the fuck he does, but he's good at it. You
Okay, but
know,
yeah, but like I was just thinking mostly like you were like if you built the code for something and someone tried to get behind you and try to work off
oh,
that code, they're gonna be like
please,
lost to the sauce. And if
please,
they try to
I
build
was
they try to write in their own coding, they're gonna be like, we gotta build this thing from the ground up. And I'm like, that's something that's
so
Corvo's specialty. He's like, he's that guy. Don't mess with anything because he's already got it coded and real simple, really quick. And you keep someone new into the business, you're just gonna fuck up the entire thing. And
so
that's to me is like the
so
funny part.
and because of that, and because of the head of our department starting to really realize that being because he started tracking how long people have been working for the company and he's realizing where my name is, you know,
Yeah.
as far as our department goes, he started realizing that. So one of the asks that he has asked me is to start documenting things that I do that no one else does.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
in the event I'm sick, I get hit by a bus or something like that, they have somewhere to start.
Yeah.
because as he told me the other day, when I was on vacation, they had a problem with the CNC machine. Um, they were not getting that some data packets were being dropped between the PC that receives said coded package and the machine that receives it. Okay.
Yeah. Sends and
Um,
receive.
and because I wasn't there, nobody knew what to do. Now, the head of my department's a very smart guy. He has done a little bit of everything that all of us do. So he was able to, granted it took him a couple hours as opposed to me 5 or 6 minutes, he was able to sit down and figure it out. But in the process he realized, well shit, um this could have been really fucking bad. You know?
Okay.
This is a machine that's making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars for the company. And if he hadn't have been there and had some general knowledge of it, they'd have been screwed until I got back.
See,
Because
okay.
that's not something I can fix remotely.
Uh-huh.
Even if I'd had my computer and I was willing to log in, I couldn't have fixed that remotely. I have to be at that terminal to fix that problem.
See, I've heard some stories online, and of course, these are stories online. So, mind you, I don't know these are 100% factual, but I've heard some stories online of some coders that have written programs for their company. And once they've written the programs for their company, they patent them. The person that wrote the coding, and
Right.
not well, they kind of rent the program to the company they work for. Have you ever like done something like that, or have they ever asked you like, hey, we need a specific thing to need to be doing, and we want you to write this whole coding, and you just go, hey, I'm gonna patent that
I
after I'm done. Let you know.
haven't I personally have not done that, but there are a couple of people that say work in our engineering department that have written specific programs to work to do certain functionalities.
Mm-hmm.
And my boss's boss has done that where they wrote it, they patented it. Now you got to pay them X amount to use it. Um Generally speaking, most manufacturing companies, I don't know about the rest of them, okay? This is
Okay.
manufacturing. Most manufacturing companies, if you come at them with like, "Hey, I wrote this, it's patented, you got to pay me," they're going to go fuck yourself. We'll find a program that we can purchase,
Mm-hmm.
and because to them they're looking at it like you really did this not to help the company, you did this to make more money off of us. And that
Yeah, like there's a story. There's one more story that the guy did this one programming. It was on a free sharing program. You know what I'm talking about. They kind of shared. You
yeah,
can go, and this company has been running off of it for years. And he didn't tell anybody about it. And when he got fired from that job, he knew that was his programming. He patented his programming and took that programming away from the company. Like I'm the one that made it. I own that. I've been leasing it for free for years. You just fired me, the one that made that program to help your company. I'm like, damn, that's brutal, but smart. But
yep.
Jesus Christ, like, if you know you're the one like, hey, I made this thing, you get rid of me, you lose this. And I don't know in the programming or programming and coding industry, but I feel like that is a really hard bargain. But if your company goes, screw you, we do it ourselves. Yeah, I'm sure you can. But some people out there they're gonna be thinking that way.
I will put it like this: there is a member of our team. Okay, there is a member of our team that just about any program that is being run at our company, if not all, um, if you were one of those people that tried to pull that bullshit, as soon as you left, he would backwards engineer your shit, rewrite it himself, and it'd be
So,
back up and running within
what
a
made
day.
you want to get into coding?
Because that's what He's fucking good. They call him Gandalf for a reason
Uh-huh.
because you shall not pass is a real thing with him.
So, Grumpy
This
Fox just
motherfucker
yeah, Grumpy Fox
don't
just
play.
asked the question. What made you get into coding?
Oh, honestly, I was not interested in coding at all until I started taking technology classes, and they let me in an HTML class to build a web page.
Okay, it was building a web page that made you interesting.
I got into that HTML class, and I started coding in HTML. And yes, guys, I know it's one of the more basic and easier coding languages to learn. I get that. But what got me was you ever been doing something that most people look at and they see it kind of difficult, right? But when you look at it, you can read that shit almost instantly, just like it's fucking in English right there in front of you, and you understand it.
Well, not me.
HTML was like, well,
The viewers
HTML was
might.
like that for me.
Yeah, yeah.
HTML was like that for me. After like chapter 1 where I understood what the tags meant,
Mhm,
after that I could read that shit like it was like I was reading one of these books in my house.
mhm.
And I don't know, it drew me in. And then when I was able to build an actual calculator inside of Java, that was cool.
You know that
Because the amount of code that goes into a calculator is fucking ridiculous because it has to be able to literally calculate any sequence of numbers in any format, any way you put it in.
mm. See, my first time I ever touched a bit of coding, and I haven't touched it since, was MySpace. That was my only time I ever touched coding ever in my life. Just so I can customize my page of MySpace back when I was in high school. That was my coding. But nowadays they have like, hey, we could turn learning coding into a video game. You get a free trial and then you can try it out and then you pay us. So I'm like, man,
Right.
if it wasn't for the fact that it's not
Like
free,
it's kind
I
of
would
like
try it out.
it's kind of like you making the mention about the server that you was thinking about building,
Hmm.
and I went
Which I might need your help with.
because I'm me.
Mm.
I went and took a look at what the requirements was and what the steps were to build it, and I looked at it, I was like, "Fuck, I could do this in an afternoon."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If
Like,
I
it's
got a
not very
mach if
hard.
I
It's
got a
just
good if I got a decent machine, I could do this. Oh, FYI, uh, we got a machine.
we got a machine, good, because
Oh
because
yeah.
go here, real quick. My problem is I know how to do it. The only problem is how you're supposed to access it from a remote computer to the
Okay,
game
so
and
here's the
not just the
problem.
computer itself.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I also needed to bring up to you. I don't know if you seen my message the other night.
No, might have.
So you can build that server for free, but it can only be run on your local network for free, meaning inside of your house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If I wanted to access that server from here, we would still have to pay a subscription for it.
Oh, there's no other remote access
Nope.
versions.
Nope. There isn't. Nope. Anything that requires remote access, you will pay some kind of subscription, and it's based on how many people you're going to have accessing it. I think the lowest one is like $10 a month or some shit like that.
Hmm.
And I think that's like between 5 and 10 users being able to remote access, and I mean, I don't see us needing more than that.
No.
Um, so my thought process is let's build it on this machine here to work locally
Yeah.
first. Make sure it's working. Then we can, if we want to make it like remote accessible so that me and you and whoever, you
Yeah.
know,
The following
Seagrax
people would
or
do.
whatever want to play it, then we'll roll it over to the hey, I'll pay the $9 a month, you know, and
Yeah. We,
we can
we,
play.
yeah. We can
But
play with that more.
I want to get it up and functioning first. And the step processes aren't going to be that hard, and I can promise you this machine far exceeds their minimum requirements
Yeah,
by a lot.
it's not a very big requirement, but it's a requirement. Sorry, little coding wording here, everybody. We're trying to do something because some people can't afford a monthly payment for certain other services for like 2 or 3 people. Trust me, the $10 is a small price to pay considering how much you need to pay for individual person to access such functions, and then add
Right.
like 15 or not 15, add like 5 people,
So,
and you're gonna be
so,
quadrupling that price. So we're trying to figure a way to
so
get down.
let me give you the system as it sits right now.
Mhm.
It has an i7 quad core
Okay, so yeah, above it, yeah.
that it also has right now 64 gigs of DDR5
DDR.
installed.
Okay, yeah, I think that's
It
way over it.
has it has a 1 TB M.2 Samsung Evo 930 or something like that hard drive.
Okay, way above it, way above it. Yep, yep.
And it also has one of those nice NVIDIA graphics cards that we won't need because it's not going to render it. We are going to render it on our machines as
Yes,
we're playing it.
yeah.
So we don't have to worry about a box. All we got to worry about is getting it running. And then if we want to pay that subscription fee so that all of us can play together, the subscription fee.
Yeah, that is
Um,
much more manageable.
and $10 for me, you, Stealthy, Sea Dragon, Grumpy Fox
Loving
to
one,
be able to
definitely.
play. I'm not gonna be pissed off about that. Not to mention we don't have to worry about assholes, doing drop grabs and shit because it's literally just us.
Yeah.
Oh,
No fighting over things. No worry about like, oh, I'm gonna come over here and do this little thing, and then now, oh, look, there's somebody killing me. Great, yay, woohoo,
yeah, we don't
fun.
have to worry about that. Unless, of course, you piss somebody off in D&D one night and get them killed, and then you might be running around and getting murked.
Okay, all right. So let's jump into the kind of jumping into kind of a question here. So, I don't really know the information about this at all, and I
Okay?
haven't. I've a resident idea or a thought to why I might be doing this, but I don't get it at all. So Fortnite. I'm saying it like that because a lot of people have been memeing on this of lately. Fortnite has been a game that's been out for Jesus, probably as long as your kid's been alive. Not even exaggeration. Probably as long as your kid's been alive. They are now requiring, not asking, your computer has to have and has to have the qualifications to run secure boot in order to play the game.
Okay, you want me to tell you what that is?
Please, because I'm so confused. Why would you need
Because
that?
it's because everything is going to Eufy based BIOS. So I just about bet you that they finally upgraded their servers from legacy all the way across the board to Eufy base. And it's not going to run properly if you're not running Eufy 2. But here's the upside, guys. Almost every fucking machine since Windows 7 has already running secure boot for Eufy.
Okay, like Fortnite was one of those games that you could almost. There's a little bit of exaggeration, right? It's
Said,
a bit of a word on
I
it.
want to play Murder D&D.
Yeah, my wife wants to play Murder D&D. By the way, Corvo, please make that happen because I want her to play D&D so badly. She's unreliable. She's unwilling to play any other D&D. But if it's murder mystery D&D, she's all about it. Anyway, so
Okay, so I'm gonna help you. The Gothic London.
yes,
It's gonna be a murder mystery D&D.
yes, play it.
So
I'll help her make a character. I don't care. Anyways, so Fortnite's one of those games that
Said,
most people can say they can play that
could be
thing
worse,
on
could be British.
like on a toaster. Could be worse, could be British. I know that movie. So yeah, like, but now of all the times, what about the people? I'm just gonna say this out there. What about the people that are in other countries, right? We have people around the world playing this game that don't have computers that are like the best and the newest things. Like, what would be the requirements in order for them to be able to play the Fortnite game with now a secure
gonna put it
boot? Like,
like
would they
this.
have to upgrade it to
I'm
Windows
gonna
7? What they're like working on
let
XP or
me
some
put it
reason?
like this. Let me put it like this. 9 times out of 10, there's not many machines on this planet right now that's not running at least 7 or 10,
Okay. Yeah.
because everything below that is went end of life and can't even get patches, updates, and software is not even made for it anymore.
Mhm.
Meaning there's probably not a whole lot of machines that can't do that.
Okay.
That's just being real. They're not asking really for something that's not realistic. They're asking you to basically go in and make sure that it's turned on because it's probably there, and if it's not turned on, all you gotta do is flip a switch and then reboot.
Okay. So what is the simple audio or simple words for what is secure boot?
Okay, so Secure Boot was a feature that was installed when most BIOS went from legacy base to UEFI base, and what it does is it's basically a feature that looks at your boot devices and securely boots those devices to
My
make
words.
sure that it's working properly.
Mhm.
Make
Said.
sure that it's
I'll
not,
play as long as I'm off that day.
open ended where someone could fuck with it. Okay. Legacy, however, did not have all of those nice security policies in place like UEFI does. And it was a hell of a lot easier to jack with people's shit. So essentially what they're asking you to do is turn on something that probably should already be on your machine if you want to run it as securely as possible to continue to use their program.
Okay. I've always thought secure boot was like a hey, there might be a bit of piece of malware, there might be some shady business in the Windows, and they'll go over and check it. If there's anything shady, get rid of it, delete it, and rewrite over it, and then
No, no, no,
like
no. What Secure Boot does is it looks at the device to make sure there's no malfunctioning
features.
issues with that device before it boots from that device.
Okay. My brain was like
So
thinking
do
like,
you remember do you remember way back with like XP98 and like when 7 first come out, how people would say on boot up sometimes their machines would crash and they would lose all their shit?
thank God it never happened to me. So-
Reason that would happen is there was nothing that checked that drive on boot to make sure the drive wasn't about to have a failure.
Okay.
Okay, so they didn't have any way to know that, and that shit would go to boot, the drive would fail, you lose everything. With Secure Boot, now it pops up and says, "Hey, either I can't find a boot device or hey, um, we need to repair this device." It
Yeah,
gives
yeah.
you a notification ahead of time. You don't have that with Legacy.
Yeah, well, nowadays with the computers, they give you like most motherboards. If you buy them, like personal motherboards, they have like a little number screen on the motherboard, and they give you a certain code. You're able to take that code, look that code up on your phone, going, okay, the code says its code is 83, and you look up 83 code on this motherboard, and they'll tell you exactly what that problem is. Go easy, go fix that. That is really helpful, really nice. Have said my
And
ass a
it
couple times.
and even, manufactured machines from, like, Dell, Lenovo, and stuff like that, they don't have a LCD, but what they do have is a, flash code. So
Yeah,
what that means
solid,
is
solid.
when yeah, you get code through a flash, and you can look that up, and it tells you the same information. So I wanna jump into a topic that I think you're gonna find interesting. I sent you a link just now.
Okay.
Um I want you to take a look at the video.
Give me a second. I'm gonna be sharing it with
And
the class. Give me going.
yep.
Give me going.
So what we are looking at is a consumer-friendly cost-wise laser engraver. Okay. So I want you to watch the video for just a minute, and I want you to see what we're talking about. Okay.
All right.
I'm waiting for it
It's playing
to.
right now, so we're a little bit behind on you, but it's well.
Yeah, yeah.
Hoping it'll be playing soon. Come on. Oh, it is going. Just whatever it's happening, it's not very fast.
Yeah, there here, let me get to where. All right, so this is where they stick the material in. They're
I'm gonna
gonna
zoom
stick the
in.
material in. They're gonna close it. They're gonna tell it to play, do its thing. And there's a reason why I'm showing you this video. Let me know when you finish the video,
Okay. Well, let's
or at
see.
least when you see the product of what he pulls out.
Okay, can't do that way. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here. So I can see the laser
Yeah,
engraver.
I had to do the same thing.
Not moving very fast though, that's for sure.
Now, whoever did this video wasn't very they weren't very mindful of how long the process took to get started, because you got to remember your laser's got to heat up, and you got
Yeah.
to get the material in, you got to get it at the right it goes to the right height and all that stuff. But this there's a reason why I'm showing you this, because this is not just a laser engraver.
BB. Did you put in a BBC?
No, it's a Bibo.
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 Okay, looks like BBC. I'm like, what the? Okay, I see the eye now. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right, this
So
guy just
the
maimed
reason,
us.
the reason I'm showing you this is there goes the laser, and it's doing its thing. All right, so this particular unit was one of the few units that when it was sold as a 3D printer and a laser engraver.
Mm-hmm.
You swap the head, and the head has dual extrusion. It has two extruders on it, so you
Okay,
can do
that's
two
nice.
colors.
Yeah.
Okay. If you swap the head, you could do laser engraving. Now, I'm showing you this because one of these fell into my lap.
Hell or
Yes, it fell
okay.
into my lap.
Oh.
So essentially what happened was,
Said. Oil up for me.
a lady at work who has gotten into 3D printing, um, she bought a couple of used printers, and she's been running them pretty good. I've
Okay.
walked her through some stuff, and then she went and bought this thing, and was gonna get started with it until her husband surprised her with a birthday present, which is one of the maxed out Mac Daddy Bamboo Labs enclosed
Oh yeah, I know
3D printers.
exactly which one that is.
So
I like bamboo, but the
so
programming.
she stops by my desk, and she says, "Hey, I got this Bebo. It does dual extrusion." Granted, she said, I think one of the nozzles is clogged. But it also has laser engraving on it, and she says, "I already have a laser engraver." She said, "Are you interested in it?" And my thought process was, I have plenty of printers, but I don't have a laser engraver.
No, no, I
Hmm.
mean that
Let
was
me let me let me think about this. I can laser engrave some leather, cut it, and put it in the bottom of dice trays with custom logos on it. Why, yes, I think I'll take that.
little trick right
Certainly.
here. There is if you ever do laser engraving on metal, there is a brush on like not a paint, but like a kind of like a gloss or whatever you can put on it. You can laser grave on metal too, without the fear of the laser light shining back up into the laser and frying it. So get some of that. That's definitely
So
needed.
the reason I'm showing you this is because it is currently in the back of my Jeep.
Hell yeah.
Uh, what I am going to attempt to do, because I've never run a laser engraver, just
Mhm.
like I had never run a 3D printer, but I'm going to try to set it up with the laser engraving head on it, with the laser on it, and try to get myself familiar with it, because I don't know what would happen if I sent you an insert for your your dice tray that had the Grumpy Bear logo on it.
That'd be pretty sick. Not gonna lie. And of course,
Um,
I never heard of Baibu. I never heard of that. Like that brand is a. It must have been like I don't know, like a off brand. Like what? Never heard of Baibu before.
it was pretty big in Asian circles, believe it or not.
Okay, so it must. All
Um,
right, all right. I like bamboo, but I heard bamboo. It kind of has the programming is kind of locked down, and they kind of like force a few things on their users that like other people like Creality and Elgu don't do. It's not behind no paywall or like that. So like I don't hate bamboo, but that right there is some shady stuff, and I don't quite appreciate that. And you know us right now with the whole 3D things going on with the 3D community right now with the whole laws and things like that
Well,
trying to go into
I
place.
looked at I looked at the model that he got her,
Mhm.
and if I was gonna do um, in case you hadn't noticed, I got this much of the dragon light done. The
Yeah.
the dragon's printed, but I have to put it together, and I've got to get some small clamps. But if I was gonna do this kind of shit, like in mass, like I would have a bunch of these printers that she's got because holy shit,
Yeah, it
um,
is pretty sick, not gonna lie. So,
it is amazingly fast, and the color changes are ridiculous.
mhm.
But that being said, it paid off for me that her husband was really nice to her, and it's kind of cool. She's also the one that bought my original small resin printer from me when I remember I had to buy yours because I didn't realize I was gonna want a small one after I got the big one.
Yeah.
Um, and she actually printed a uh a translucent angel bus and lit it up and brought it to work, and she was like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful." I'm like, "Yes, it is." And we talked, and she's had a few hiccups here and there, but nothing major, nothing that a simple, "Hey, try this," or "Hey, do that," and she was off and running. And she's also the lady that's gonna do the names on the jackets for us.
Oh, so wait a second. Quick thought here. I'm gonna try to be vague with my wording here, so like follow along what you can. The woman that's doing the embroidering for us, her husband bought her the bamboo thing,
Yes.
but her husband is, let's say, on a very long vacation. Is he not? Or is he back
No,
home?
no, 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 he's not. He is, not he diagnosis gives him a while.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
I
so
thought he was on vacation permanently. So.
no, no, not yet. He did get the bad news, and they did have to go to a bunch of different appointments, but luckily it hasn't gotten to the serious stages yet. So
Mm,
he
mm.
still has some time, and so yeah, I guess he's trying to spoil her while he can and love her while he can, and I think that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, very.
Um, and she's a very sweet lady, and I broached the topic with her about cost on what I was asking for her to do.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this.
And, I
Yeah,
had to
that.
fucking run. I had to run because this lady is she's an older lady, but she's fucking swoofed, okay? I almost did not make it. Um, woo! I felt
Okay.
the wind, let's put it like that. I
Okay.
felt the wind at
I
the
do
back
want to
of
show
my
you
head.
something though. I don't know if you saw it before, and I just wonder if this might be good, something good for your job. Since I know y'all use these, and I'm just saying, if your job ever looks at them and thinks, "Man, we should get a stock of these," make sure one of them, you have too many socks. Just a plus one. What I say? A plus one, just in case. I thought this. I'm like, damn, Corvo. I tried to enter a contest to try to win one for us. I don't think I won. Unfortunately, sad. I was hoping to win one because if I would have won one, I was sending one your way. But yeah, I was like, damn, that would be really good for Corvo's job because he and his job are using those
Oh,
all the
yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah, that would be sick, that would be really sick, and, I might have to drop that on my boss's desk, Monday morning and see if I can get a test drive. Um,
Yeah, it's. Anyways, I saw the price of that thing. I'm like, wow. Anyways, okay, so there's this game that I I'm not really dissatisfied with the gaming community right now or the gaming industry. Like yesterday, they just released the new PlayStation Direct kind of like thing going on, showing them new games that going on there. And there's a couple games I'm interested in for sure from that. But this one, I saw this from a YouTube ad of all places. And usually YouTube ads for me are like these AI slop made, like here's a game that you're gonna be playing, and look how good it looks. And I'm like, no, that's AI. It looks terrible. And you actually go play the game, it's nothing like the AI. It's even worse. And it's always like some mobile game. So like I'm constantly have to report these damn things. I'm getting so tired of AI slop YouTube ads. And this one came up to me. I'm going, that looks interesting. So I open it up, and it's a Kickstarter. And they're just saying this game is going to be a Zelda-like. And they don't have gameplay. I don't know if you watched the video for this of Belle's Fanfare or Fanfare, whatever. And it has that Zelda vibe to it. And I haven't seen games like this, even though Zelda's still around. But I haven't seen anyone else really dive into this game or dive into the style of game in a while. And I'm like, kind of like happy that people are still like wanting to or be interested in this kind of game. And it's on a Kickstarter right now. And you can get the digital version, early access. You can get it on several different platforms. It's not just going to be on like, just on Nintendo. It's going to be to the Switch, to the Switch 2, Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. You can buy physical versions. See, Kickstarters could do physical versions. Why can't the companies do physical versions? I don't know. They just originally they can't. They want to all do digital. They don't want to give you a physical box and physical game no more. And you can buy one with a figurine that looks 3D printed. You can even buy like a non-printed or non-painted version of it. So if you want to be one of those people that has like a all gray figurine in the background, like of a prototype of it, you can get that. And I'm so like, I'm into this whole Kickstarter thing because I bought Sea of Stars, or yes, Sea of Stars from Kickstarter, and that game is amazing. Old school 16 bits characters, a scroll game, like a classic Final Fantasy mixed with a bit of old world passing, like Chrono Trigger or Secret of Mana. It has that kind of a whole vibe. I'm loving that game.
Oh, you're gonna love this. I searched Belle's Fanfare, watched the video on YouTube. When it ends, Bear Thought Podcast, The World is Waking, #podcast, popped up on it.
Yay! Show my shimmer off the damn it, YouTube. Anyways, so yeah, I am all in for this game, and I'm thinking about seriously backing this game because I think we are so stuck into what is being the mainstream of games, and so stuck into the whole idea of like what developers we know and game developers, and people like this come out of nowhere going, "Hey, we're here, and we're here to play seriously. We're on YouTube, we're on Kickstarter, we're broadcasting our game," and a lot of people are have a lot of commotion for this game, and I'm really happy and satisfied that the games like this are still being made. Every time I see something like this, a game like this, I'm just going, it's not that hard to please video gamers. This is so simple. Bring games like this back. I know I'm simple, okay?
Did you hear her?
No.
She said it's called boobs. It's easy to satisfy game players. It's so easy. And she comes, it's called boobs.
Yeah, but like this is not a sip game. So like if anybody finds these characters sexually attractive, then
Listen, your comment the other night when I got tomorrow was beautiful because you were like, can you actually simp in this game or do you do it offline? I said, I do it offline, but I've been doing it for years with this character. 'Cause I'm telling you, Marsov, if everybody got that one character you could have as your bucket lister, my wife has hers. I know he's got a metal horn on his head and he shoots a 6-shooter. But in the same aspect, I would murk her brother to be her right hand man.
The queen calls you over. Hmm.
You damn right. Yes, my lady.
It's like,
What suit
damn.
do I sign today, my lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that hard to really like what is with the game. Okay, I know Corvo. I know you have your thing about like you want to see things from your perspective rather than go off of other people's perspective. You don't like listening to other people's opinions. You want to get you want to get your own opinions, and if you like it, you like it. That is fine. But there's been a string of video games
Yep.
that have everybody said it's going to fail because they were trying to hit a certain demographic, I guess, certain people, and they weren't trying to appease the gamers, right? And sometimes it just does take just boobs. I'm just gonna yes.
So here's my question to that. Yeah, people are saying they're gonna fail because they're appealing to a certain demographic. And
Might be. I'm just saying,
but
might be.
here's the question. Here's my question. Are you telling me that gamers aren't in different demographics at this point?
Pretty much, they're almost on their own beasts. Ugh.
No, we're spread everywhere, bro. There's white, black, green, purples. Hell, I think Martians on the moon are playing Destiny because I shot one in the face. But my point is that I'm trying to think of how to say this without every game is made for a demographic.
Yeah. That part
Whether
I
you
agree to.
realize
Yeah.
it or not, whether you realize it or not.
Mhm.
And it's sometimes it's completely unintentional. The developers don't actually start developing it for this demographic, okay? It just ends up that's the demographic that's like, "Ooh, this is the greatest shit ever," okay?
Yeah.
But
Moms play video games.
to say that a game is going to fail because it's aimed at a specific demographic is not, to me, a fair statement.
Mhm.
Okay, and the reason I say that is, do you know how many people are in that demographic that's gonna like that game? Because I don't know how many are in each demographic.
Mhm.
Do you know?
Well, okay.
What happens if you say that it's gonna fail because of this demographic, but there's like a billion people in that demographic and they all like it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is kind of not really a point in case kind of situation. Usually a lot of them are shooter games, and shooter games are usually targeted towards certain people. Not saying they, specifically, but targeted towards certain people. And there's already been 5 games, not all the same at all, but a lot of them have to do with shooting. And these 5 games, each and every single one of them, when they were released, they utterly failed to the point where they shut down within the weeks of the launch. And even though the
Okay,
fans
but
told
is that
them to change some things, they didn't. As like
right? So my point is that
different,
because of the demographic, or is that because of the company's unwillingness to make changes?
Or to
I
wait until it rides the wave.
So, example,
mm,
um, Destiny shooter, right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
see me play it the past couple of weeks. Um, when it first came out, there was a huge following over here that loved it, and a huge following that said it was shit.
yeah,
Okay. Last time I checked, as of like last night, the Destiny 1 servers are still up and there's still new players on them.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Destiny 2 is out. So my point is that um they're shutting down, and I don't think it has anything to do with demographic. I think it has to do with the unwillingness to make changes to a game um based on what the users are asking. So for example, if I'm playing a shooter game and I'm running through it and the sight system on it sucks ass,
mhm,
I'm going to recommend you revamp the sight system. Now, if you don't want to do that or don't want to even discuss that, then I'm going to stop playing it.
yeah.
Period.
And
Um,
each of the games, they all like, even though they're from different developers, each of the game is making them think of Concord. I don't know if you remember Concord or not. That game was not.
Yeah.
It shut down so badly. It's now
But
like
that wasn't because of demographic. That was poor development for the shooting system.
yeah, poor shooting system. People didn't very much care for the characters. They didn't feel pulled in by the characters. They didn't care for the story. Like nothing about it drew people in.
Like let me give you an example. So
Oh God.
I love the shooting system in Destiny, but you know what keeps me in Destiny? Watch
Hmm.
this. Babe. Cade died.
Hey, Dad.
Okay. Cade died.
Hey, Dad.
Now, here's what this is what kept me. They killed Cade. I
Hmm.
want fucking vengeance. I'm out for blood.
Yeah.
Okay, that gave me a story, something I wanted. Mara, hot as fuck. How do I get to sit on her throne? You know,
You mean her face, but they don't.
I wasn't trying to say it like that.
Well, okay, real quick here though. Like you said, hot as fuck, right? I literally have seen developers hate you or hate people that say that to about characters, as if you're not allowed to find characters attractive, to the point where developers are deliberately making your characters less attractive. Deliberately.
You know what? You know why they do that shit?
Not
Hmm?
because of him.
Let me tell you why they do that shit.
You're not
They do it because
people.
they look at their characters as a creation that they created. So let me ask you a question. If you had a daughter and you were walking through the mall and some dude was like, fuck, she's hot as hell. Even if she is hot as hell, are you going to like that very much? That was something you created. Something you put, you know what I'm saying?
I want to know.
People
For me, I know what I want to say, but
characters.
I don't know until I actually have that child.
My point is that people that develop these things, they treat them like they're their children. They spent months, if not years, developing these characters. So they get upset when you marginalize them down to she's hot as hell. Listen, I get it. Somebody spent a shitload of time coding Mara to make her look the way she does, speak the way she was, to be as oh my god, later she is such a fucking beast. I remember at one point seeing her do something and go, I'm starting to wonder if I really want to try to get next to that because I can only imagine me not washing the dishes one day. But the point being is they spent all that time. So then they feel like you're trivializing, you're objectifying their creation, which you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I see both sides of it because as a player, I can only say what I see, and she's smoking. Okay,
Yeah.
she looks good, and they did. That's no disrespect to them. Whoever the fuck coded her, you did a fantastic job. I will go to the reef just to speak to her. Okay, that keeps me coming through the game and playing. You did a good job. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
If it
There's also, you know what I'm referring to. There's the other side of the coin.
that is true.
That's the ones they don't like.
Yes.
Whereas you're talking about it, but you're just appreciating it. There's another side. That's the ones that they do this. That it's because of them that this happened.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to explain that.
You got the side that goes and takes advantage
Or goes too far.
or goes too far with the character, if you get my point.
Yeah, little special videos online, specially made to do
Now-
certain things.
Which really, really upsets them, and I get it. I mean, you developed this character for this role. You
Like
made it for
Overwatch.
this role.
Overwatch is a prime example of that. Overwatch has a
Look,
plenty of those videos online.
It ain't just Overwatch. Hell, fucking Genshin. Oh my god, Genshin.
Yeah, get you on Sesame too.
They have done Genshin in so wrong in so many.
Yeah,
ways.
and but there's actually a third side to this coin if we're gonna rationality here. And you talked about this plenty of times about your company, you're alone. The investors, the company needs to make money, and if the company don't make money, it doesn't matter what you might think. company needs to make money. And if you need to make
Right.
characters sexy in order to make more money, that's what that's the company side. Like they gotta think about themselves. Like they gotta think about their bottom dollar.
Right.
And that
Right.
and then they're like, okay, now let's make a characters unattractive. Well, then you just let's say there is a demographic of those who are out there that want that a little bit in there, a little bit of spice. Well, they're gonna be like, well, nah, I'm no longer. It's interesting. Like I said, there's a three-sided coin in this thing. It's kind of weird, but it's gonna be multiple angles to go at to charge this.
The trick is learning to balance between how much of the nice looking and how much of the not so nice you put in there. Because you can't put all of one in there. Because
Yeah.
if you do, you're cutting out a complete demographic,
Mhm.
one way or the other. Okay. But if you balance it, because I'm going to tell you now, there's some fugly ass characters in Destiny as well. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
fugly as fuck. I wouldn't touch some of them women with a 10-foot fucking pole.
Yeah.
Um,
The Witcher has the same
but
thing.
you know, you play Witcher, and I'm all down for some Univere, but that other bitch that he runs into in the swamp, bitch,
Yeah, the hags. Let's not.
no. So it's about balancing it out and making it playable. I think if you were to, I think one of the best games that I came across, to me, in my opinion, that did a good job balancing out characters looking nice and characters not looking so nice, I would have to say Fable 2.
Fable 2? Oh, very true. Even though the
'Cause
new Fable.
Fable had some very pretty women
Mhm.
that you could marry, and some very ugly ass women that would marry you if you let them.
Okay.
Okay.
I will
And
say this: the new Fable, they say it's gonna be like the old Fable, but they pretty much took everything. Because I played Fable 2. They pretty much took everything that was Fable out of the game, and a lot of people are like, "How is that Fable?" The new one's coming out. Watch commercials, watch the trailer reviews, and try watch the whole going over the details. A lot of it's gonna be gone, and people are like, "That's not Fable. You're just putting Fable on it as a way of selling it." But yeah, Fable, very true. You could get STDs from Fable. That's real.
well, not just
That's
that,
real.
your character could be a total hunk, and by the time you're done picking all the fucking upgrades, look like some jacked up, veined out fucking
Yeah.
Hercules, ugly troll motherfucker.
Like that is real though. Like
You go, and like in Fable, you could go from being handsome to fugly as fuck but powerful.
yeah.
You know?
Like there was so it was the closest thing to then at the time to real life consequences and real life changes and real life things of actions that you do. Nowadays it's like, no, we're gonna babysit everything and coddle you and not let you have real choices or consequences or reenact real life in a video game in any aspect, and just gonna get rid of all the things that we find. Like I'm not saying, hey, this is just one example. I'm not saying, hey, you should go out there and buy yourself your first night lady, your first midnight escavalier with the mistress of the night. But if you do that in real life, there's going to be some consequences that might come about it. Just going to say, don't do it in real life unless you want to pay the consequences. In the video game, we're just going to take that out entirely?
Take it from somebody who knows. There was a reason why you could buy contraceptives in the fucking game. Don't screw up and not have one, because even the woman you married in the game can give it to you.
Yeah.
Especially if she's been hoeing around while you out adventuring.
Yeah, so like it's like you just like, I know it's not really a necessary thing, but it just made the game just a little bit more interesting. Just a little bit more interesting. Like, damn, that's in the game.
If you want to get real interesting with it, accidentally get one and not know you do. Go home and hang out with your wife, and then come back and her have it, because she's gonna fuck you up. Divorce will happen.
Yes. That's one last thing. This is kind of wild. So, dang it, what's that one? It's not a gangster game. GTA, Grand Theft Auto, the new game. If somebody apparently can show proof that they gave birth to somebody or birth to a kid on the day the game launches, they'll get the game for free. And someone made the joke.
So if you can prove that you gave birth to a child the day the game launched, you will get the game for free.
So someone made the joke is like, yeah, you got, the game came with a pre-purchase bonus when I gave birth to you. I'm like, wow, that is fucked up. Parents be like, hey, your ass came out. I got a free game because of it.
Well, imagine your parents.
What the release date is, and your parents are trying to conceive you to make sure you are
Imagine your nickname being, "Hey, DLC, come here." You know.
So yeah, I just saw that. I'm like, wow, that is so. That's the publicity. I don't know who you are, but that's some publicity right there. Like, hey, free game if you give a child on this day.
This is grand, this is theft, and that's auto.
What if you had twins? Do you get 2 of the games? What about triplets? 3? I gave 3 to 3 kids in one day and one time. Give me my multi copies. Nope, you don't get 1. Fuck you. Did all this work and get all these kids?
Then the names go like this. The first one, your DLC. The rest of them, your leftovers. I'm sorry.
Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and 3. All right, sorry. But yeah, I think they're showing this game to Stealthy. I think this Belle fanfare. I think she might be interested. This game it looks very pretty. It looks very nice, and I will probably be pre-ordering it to get a physical copy of it. So
hey, hang on.
love it.
Here you go. It's a Kickstarter.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's all over YouTube right now. And I saw this and I'm like, you got me sold. I just gotta get my hands on it. So that's it for this week. Happy Valentine's for those who tomorrow. Hope you have time to spend time with your loved one. But let me give you one message. Valentine's should be every day of your life with your loved ones. Don't let tomorrow be the only time you show someone you truly care and love for them. Be safe, have fun with them. Do what you need to get your child out before Grand Theft Auto. If that's your goal.
Had to be uploaded to download.
To be uploaded to download. But yeah, be safe out there. Tomorrow, what we're going to be doing is just some Chick-fil-A and some ice cream. That's our Valentine's Day. We don't do very much special things for Valentine's Day. We don't really, both of us are agreeing. We don't really celebrate it because we try to show our loved ones every day. But is she watching it? I'm taking that as a yes. We're trying to get her verdict before we end here.
Okay. Anyway, she's looking at it.
All right.
That being said,
you got plans for tomorrow?
I think I'm thinking, as little as possible.
Valentine's Day, little as possible.
The lady is gonna have to work tomorrow night, so we're gonna do as little as possible during the day. I think she's gonna play a little bit of the Twilight of the Princess once I get her food here for her.
All right, I'll have her thing pulled up. I've already done recordings for that little video idea, by the way. I just gotta do the some audio tricks with it and everything like that. So hope it comes out good. Hope you have not already subscribed to my other channel, Berserk Taku. Hope you go over there and subscribe. As always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.
Bye, guys.